prepare for the climax of a sequence of events until the sighting of Nibiru, Planet X, in November of this year. Lunar eclipse, the last sign that the end of time is approaching. The earth was weighed in the scales of justice, and the time of judgment began. Nibiru, Planet X, the god of destruction and cleansing, was conceived to end empires and powers that oppress humanity. Subscribe to the channel. Nibiru, the blood god, represents the end of a civilization. Even the Bible itself says that the red moon will mark the end of the world. I saw when the Lamb opened the sixth seal, and there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black like a sack made of bristles, and the whole moon became like blood, and the stars of heaven fell to the earth like the fig tree drops its green figs when shaken by a strong wind. And heaven disappeared like a scroll that rolls up, and all the mountains and islands were removed from their place. Revelation 6:12-14. We are living in the beginning of the time of judgment. The admonition is over, the warning is over, the time for the cleansing of the land has come. When the sun, earth and moon form a straight line during a total lunar eclipse, the blood moon appears. This means that the entire moon enters the Earth's shadow without direct sunlight because the atmosphere absorbs all the purple, blue, green and yellow light, leaving only red light to penetrate and refract the moon's surface to form it. The dark red moon will form the total lunar eclipse. Cosmic power is giving the signal of the triumphant arrival of Nibiru, Planet X, the destroyer of world powers. After this lunar eclipse, the beginning of chaos, a sequence of human, geophysical and climatic events. The possibility of a world earthquake. The Earth will reel like a drunk. The distortion of gravitational and tidal forces passing over the joint between two tectonic plates that have not had recent earthquakes. The additional gravitational and tidal push-pull force is all it takes to blow the seam, to cause a major earthquake. The magma below the Earth's surface plays a very important role because the Earth rotates faster than the Moon's orbit. This magma tide, just like the ocean tide, is often in front of the Moon's path. The coincidence of eclipse data from NASA and seismic data from the United States Geological Survey, USGS, shows a high correlation between eclipses and earthquakes. Subscribe to the channel. This lunar eclipse will remind the kings of the earth that their powers and reign is coming to an end. It was decided in the cosmos a change of governance on Earth. Nibiru will bring to their knees the mightiest men on planet Earth. During the lunar eclipse, the moon approaches the Earth and our planet casts a shadow on the white sphere. We see it with a reddish glow. A lunar eclipse occurs when the moon, Earth and Sun align in such a way that our planet is placed just between our only natural satellite and our closest star. And if we add that the so-called wolf blood supermoon will occur during the supermoon, we find that it will be 14% larger and 30% brighter than it is normally seen. This event, especially at the current juncture, will be catastrophic for our planet, with earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. However, an expert in the field warns that during and after the wolf blood supermoon, a destructive earthquake will occur, due to the alignment of the planets. The Great Apocalyptic Sign. According to Bible prophecy experts, this unusual phenomenon will cause several earthquakes in the coming weeks, some of which will register magnitudes of up to 9. In fact, there are several biblical passages that indicate that earthquakes are a sign of the imminent apocalypse and the second coming of Christ to earth. I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall shake out of its place, because of the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his anger. Isaiah 13:13. The Bible gives warnings of terrible events that will take place in the final days, more commonly known as the Great Tribulation. Even Jesus Christ himself warned his disciples in the Olivet Discourse, or prophecy from the Mount of Olives, of the impending events that would take place in this world before the second coming of Christ. Researchers say the change in gravitational attraction between the Moon and Earth during a total lunar eclipse is enough to affect plate tectonics or push magma out of volcanoes. The hand of God is weighing upon this sinful generation, and the arrival of Nibiru represents the cosmic creator's cleansing broom. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, says Joel 2:31. In Genesis 1:14, God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens, that there may be a separation between the day and the night, and let them be for signs, and for appointed times, and for days and years." Quote, heaven is telling us something. Woe to those who live in coastal maritime areas. In these times, high tides are very high and low tides are very low. Watch Nibiru's final ride, Planet X, and you'll be an eyewitness to the greatest planetary change that ever took place on Earth. Humanity was weighed in the scales of justice and found, mature and sinful, will have to answer for its mismanagement of planet Earth. The separation of the sheep from the goats has already begun, and Nibiru is perfectly controlled. It will only destroy the bad, not the bad, in the eyes of men, but the bad, in the eyes of the Creator of the universe, the great judge of humanity. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications, to receive new videos. Thanks.